forces you to think differently. It forces you to sort of explore outside comfort and the way you've always done it. When you're really clear on what it is that you're offering and the way you're delivering it, that clarity is compelling for people who want to work with you. Hi, and welcome back. Has it ever occurred to you that differentiation can actually be something to help you with the creativity in your value proposition and perhaps even employee retention and attraction? My name is Michèle Soregaroli. I'm here today as a differentiation expert. I work with professional services providers, advisors, firms, and those who are selling advice. I help you differentiate your offer, create value proposition around it, and improve your positioning, usually so that you can make more money and also have some more fun. Thanks for being here today. So what is it about differentiation specifically that helps with either your culture, employee retention, employee attraction, and also just overarching your positioning? So your value proposition is something specifically around being creative with your offer. When we're thinking about the creativity inside your offer, when you think about differentiation, what happens when you start to understand the nuances of your offer, when you're able to differentiate? And we've done a lot of videos with previous content around differentiation specifically, but today I want to talk about how differentiation actually helps you be more creative. Once you understand the components of your differentiation strategy, once you understand the nuances around how you differentiate and the way that you are creating value for your clients, you are absolutely able to focus more. You become much more aware of the power and the strength inside your offer and what's possible inside of that, because you're contained inside the elements of your value proposition. When you're contained inside the elements of your value proposition, what I happen to believe is that creativity accelerates and increases when there are constraints in place. So the more restrictions there are in place, and the way, because you can't do it the way you've done it before, or you can't continue to do it that way, it forces you to think differently. It forces you to sort of explore outside the realm of comfort and the way you've always done it. So your differentiation strategy is kind of the same. Once you start thinking about the value inside your offer, once you understand what you are doing specifically already, because it's natural for you, and you have that differentiation defined, you actually start to see bigger possibility for yourself within that differentiation framework. So let me give you an example of that. Someone who's a financial advisor, for example, they start thinking about the nuance inside their differentiation, and it really comes down to perhaps it's retirement planning. I worked with a client who realized that retirement planning was really their sweet spot. They loved to get into the details and the analytics and really dig into the numbers. And these 40 and 50 page financial plans were something that they didn't actually think was excessively valuable, but it was what people were doing at the time. Now, and still are doing, actually. But what that person realized, that advisor realized, that they actually had a different approach around retirement planning and the clarity required in order to create the confidence. So they started creating a completely different plan for retirement and what that meant. They went into a deep dive into a one-page executive summary with a one-page plan that had significant components inside it. Now, there was a lot of data behind the scenes, but the presentation of the plan had a very specific, keep it simple approach to it, that he believed, in this case, that there was incredible value around that. Now, for this particular client, the value wasn't so much in the one-page plan. The value was in the creation and the distillation of the content required to go into a one-page plan that is so valuable that clients gush about it. And now, because of the way this advisor thought and considered his differentiation around retirement planning, he was able to invest in different technology, in different learning, even team members to support the creation of this value proposition. So that's where differentiation can actually turn into much, much more value once you start to nuance and understand what's at the heart of your value. So that's differentiation on that side, how the creativity and innovation inside your offer grows and expands because you understand it better. The second part we talked about was around employee retention and client and employee loyalty, right? Or even attraction. When you start having something that is so defined around value and you're really clear on what it is that you're offering and the way you're delivering it and why it's important to you and all that kind of thing, what happens is that clarity is compelling for people who want to work with you. That clarity is vision. That clarity is inspiring. That clarity gives employees more focus and more ability for them to see how they can contribute value as well, because it's much clearer about what you're doing, why you're doing it, how you're doing it, the way you're doing it, all that. So they can become more connected to your value proposition because it's so unique, as opposed to the value proposition that they've seen over and over again from your peers and industry practitioners, right? So their differentiation strategy, when we really think about it, has so many more components and byproducts that come from that add to your business success, whether it's to do with culture inside your team or your company, whether it's to do with employee attraction, retention, and even employee inspiration, right? And also to do with the creativity that comes inside of that, because the differentiation tends to restrict all the different ideas you can do and instead gives you some focus for where the greatest impact can be inside your business. So differentiation is much more than just about marketing, branding, and sales, and is really about the heart and soul of your business. At least it is from my perspective. So if this video has been valuable to you, I invite you to join us. Please subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you come back and join us for more of this type of content. And as I've said in the past, if this content you think would be valuable to someone in your network, I encourage you to share this with them and help them succeed. The more we help others, the more we are likely to help ourselves as well. Thanks for joining us today, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.